Hi, Gemini. It's Mary with Sayre, Seer. Thanks for stopping by. This is your April 1st through the 15th tarot and oracle card reading. I really appreciate your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your subscribes. um, so I hope that you're finding peace in this time of turmoil, and I know there's a lot going on back here with me. I don't know if you're going through some stuff too. The past returns for resolution, right? Yeah. So we're going to start with the enchanted map. And we're going to pull 3 cards. So we had all those readings, Gemini, about how the past was going to return, right? I had a lot of my past return so far. But of course, it's never in the way you think it's going to happen, right? Okay. So the first card is Deep Freeze. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. I would tell you about it if I could, but I can't. So Deep Freeze Reverse is the first card, and this is, well, we're going to read that one. It's an 8. It's 26, which is an 8, which is a calling for kind of balance and strength. To me, that's what it's. I'm going to keep going. Okay. Solitude is the next one. This is a 13. 13s are about death and rebirth and, death. And so isn't that interesting? There's like a tower here. But a solitude, it's like, I don't know. It feels like this card is feels like this card is about having those tower moments, like having those moments, but in separation while you're, yeah, which makes sense, right? Because we're all kind of being separated from everybody. At least 6 feet, huh? So the next card is coming apart. And this is a 46, which is a 10, which is the end of the cycle. But this one's reversed, okay? So I'm getting a lot of intuitive hits on these, but I really want to read these because this is important. So I have to tell you a little story while I'm looking for these in the book. Earlier this week, I listened to other readers, I don't listen to a lot of love readings because I just haven't had a relationship in a while. Excuse me. So I look for other kinds of readings, So sorry. Because the last thing I want to do is dwell on my ex, and people are saying, oh, your person. I don't have a person. I'm not going to make somebody my person when I got no person. Except me. I'm the person, right? So this week, the general readings were saying that something was going to come back, and there was going to be a bunch of deception, and you may have gotten these too, and that let people gossip and don't engage, and man, did that come back. I was like, how can that come back when I got no person? Well, it was the family that came back, It's hard. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough when you love your family, but you can't fix it. You can't fix it, Deep freeze, okay? Nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do right now. Sorry. Start again. Breathe. Nothing you can do right now will amount to anything substantial, no matter how much you try, push, manipulate, or cajole. Life wants you to take a break. You need to do this now, lest you become exhausted or be forced to rest. That means, become sick or die. Okay. I'm sorry. It's just what's coming through. Okay. What you need will be there when you emerge in the springtime. For now, winter has its own ideas for you. Wait for signs of spring. So wait for the thaw, right? Next card is solitude. Well, it would appear we're right where we should be or need to be. That's probably the same thing, right? I am comfortable in my own skin. I detach to replenish my soul. There you go. See, it's that not being able to force anything, not being able to fix anybody, right? Meditation is required when you receive the solitude card as a sign. Empty your mind of superfluous thoughts. Woo! I don't know if I could say that again. And allow stillness to flow through you, through your whole being. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, it's a period for conscious retreat. What is called for now is to step back and take your focus off your life and your troubles. You'll be surprised how things sort themselves out once you replenish your energy by means of a much needed rest and time out. And you know what, Gemini, I think this is for all of us. In fact, I know it is for all of us, but this really does have something to do with that past thing. I really feel, at least for me it is, but I'm not making my story your story, but it does seem like it is our story, right? Okay, so the next card is coming apart. So it's the same, scratch myself. It's the same message over and over. I get a lot of dark energy swirling around me. That has been. So I keep salt in my windowsills, and I don't do spells. I don't. I just don't feel the need to, but I have no problem. People do what they want, live in that live thing, but I am like putting dark, like rocks in my pocket, trying to make sure I'm grounded, protected. Okay. So that is a place for healing if you can remain protected. Back to the card. Coming apart reversed. A situation is unraveling and your best plans are leading into a tricky maze. Your challenge is to separate out the elements of this puzzle to get a better perspective on what happened. You may have lingered too long in a place where you didn't belong anymore, seduced by a temporary solution. As you entangle yourself, it's important to maintain a sense of humor. Don't fret. You will learn something valuable you'll need later when faced with a more dangerous situation. Breathe and know that you are loved. So while we're in this place of contemplation, while we're in this place of solitude, while we're in this place of, in this frozen place, make sure that we take care of ourselves. Make sure you take care of yourself, Gemini, and your strong body, mind, and spirit. That you take care of what you need to, and be leery of using anything to avoid how you're feeling or to avoid energy, and not to be careful about absorbing other people's energy, like dark energy. That's what we need the protection for. You don't have to have people around you to get that energy. Okay. It's kind of a big warning, right? Wow. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to pull on each card. So we're going to talk about the deep freeze. So this is just kicking back and waiting for the thaw. It's all the same thing, though. Yeah, we're going to do that anyway. Talk about the deep freeze. This is talks about not forcing a situation, to just back away and let it be, and that the best healing is just detaching. Okay. Know that this card also talks about knowing that what we need will be there when it's time. I've had that lesson all year, truly. Okay, so the King of Swords this is air energy. This could be another air sign. So it could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. It's masculine energy typically because it's a king, right? Air is always masculine. You probably know that. Doesn't have to be an air sign. Doesn't have to be a masculine person, a male. Sorry, I got crazy hair. But this person is manipulative. This person manipulates with words and like a force. It has a force, and they are not. When they engage to manipulate. So it's an abusive situation, okay, or an abusive energy, so to speak. And then the Five of Pentacles is about repeating the same patterns of being shut out and loss. This always reminds me of family, being shut out from your family or your church or whatever organization, right? Reversed, it's the cycle repeating itself and the need to resolve it. Okay, get another card. So the Star this is about, well, this Aquarius card. And Saturn's going into Aquarius, which is really good. It's good news. That puts our North Node in, I think Gemini. It's coming into Gemini. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's supposed to be a shift in my life because I have a North Node in Cancer. So it's like I'm finishing up some of my karma or something, right? I'm supposed to tell you that. I don't know why. Okay. So the Star card is about hope, and it's about divine guidance. And so that's the thing in this deep freeze. As we disconnect from this dark energy, from this controlling dark energy that wants to tell us how to think, how to be, who to be with, where to live, how to act, right? That we see that there's more. That why is this happening? Because there's more. There's hope of whatever we want to dream it into. Because as a Gemini, we're also the dreamers. We're the ones that create with our mind. We bring it down we bring it down and ground it, Because we're the children, we still dream like children. And it's this childlike energy that people love about us, good and bad, good love and hate, So, why do I need to detach from this energy? Why do I just need to back away and retreat and like hibernate, right? Because that's the way you're going to be able to dream again. But you have to disconnect from those. I don't know. It's like the words of the negative. So whether it's news, whether it's people, whether it's family members, whether it's relationships, whether it's substances, there's a great need to disconnect. And there's something about eating better. Now, I don't know what that means to you, So solitude. Let's talk about solitude now. Look at the overall. That's that retreat again. Just a little bit different way. I'm comfortable in my own skin. Okay, so understand that this is separated ourselves from the drama was the first card. This one is finding out who we are, connecting with our higher self, our inner self, our soul, and replenishing your energy, right? Okay. Six of Wands, why do we want to replenish our energy? So we can be successful, so we can have success in our lives, so we can have victories again. See, it's part of that, being able to dream our lives into a successful place. Not like as a dreamer, but use our imagination. Staying in a positive place. Getting in a positive place and being able to maintain that. And it's really difficult to maintain that if you're around negativity or listening to it, because it permeates our souls, right? Now, we have to know a certain amount of information to change things, to bring the light to it. That's important, but we don't have to engage in the same argument. We don't have to engage in a relationship where we're being abused, okay? So that's two different things there, okay? So Queen of Pentacles is the next one under solitude. Queen of Pentacles is getting to that place of being a nurturer again, to be a good mom, a better wife, I mean, a good wife, a good mom, being able to grow our gardens, being able to take care of our homes and our families. That's really important. Not being distracted by other things that takes us away from us, therefore them. Okay? And there's also a reflection on what does success mean and what maybe redefining success in your life. That's a big one that just came through. Okay. Does that mean keeping up with the Joneses? Does that mean having a certain house, a certain car, or does that mean being a good person? What does a good person mean? Being a good mother, being a good husband. What does that mean? Okay. So Queen of Pentacles is Earth energy. It could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But it's feminine energy, but it doesn't have to be one of those signs. It could be us embracing what it is to be a good nurturer, what it is to feel comfortable in our own skin and at home. Because the Queen of Pentacles is comfortable in her own skin. Okay? So the next card is Six of Pentacles, and this is about financial loss. This is about being undermined and things being unfair and people giving to others and you not getting the right piece, the right part. And this, yeah, there's been a lot of stuff happening, but there's a need to just release this because it doesn't have to be like this anymore. I know, what does that mean? I'm suffering loss because I'm not working. I hear you. My guides, our guides, are bringing through to everybody that there's better days, that not to dwell on this. It will not serve us. We've had loss the whole time. Think of what's been taken from us on a regular basis. It depends on how sensitive you are, how much you see, right? I'm going to leave that there. But part of the loss is the fact that we've all been engaged in the old world, the way it was. And that a lot of things we didn't question, we just accepted. And with this time away to evaluate, to dream, to create, we have the opportunity to be honest about what's been going on in all different levels and our part in it. Okay? Our part in not speaking up, our part in letting others manipulate us, our part of not getting to know who we really are. So the next card is Coming Apart, and this is the card about they were all so similar. That was 45. But they're asking me to separate them a little bit. Okay, so this round of whatever's going on in your life right now, the situation, how is this building your character? I know it seems unfair, and there's a lot of things that are unfair, right? But how is this changing you? It's a reflection of 46. What is it that we're actually trying to separate from? What are you being shown that you need to separate from? Like at the first card here in the deep freeze, we saw that we were separating from the other people trying to control us or something trying to control us, right? That negativity, what is that teaching you and what is it that you're needing to unravel? Okay. King of Cups. So the King of Cups is about it's a masculine it's masculine energy. It's a king and he is I'm getting a lot of messages. Cups is water. So it could be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. This is somebody who is a fair king and he loves deeply. This person loves deeply, but they remain detached. So it is to Unravel yourself and remain detached while you're doing it. So you can see what is showing you, what is being shown. What is this teaching me? Why am I here? How, it's also about the responsibility of that we have when not detaching, when not taking care of things, when letting things go, how things do get out of hand. Okay? Taking ownership of that part is important. That card. There's something important that we're supposed to learn here that is going to help us in the future. And there's something that I want to focus on. It says you'll learn something valuable that you'll need later when faced with a more dangerous situation. So this is a lesson not to be taken lightly, okay? 9 of Cups. So the King of Cups needs to go after, unravel what no longer is wanted. It's a 9 of Cups reverse. This is not my wish. It never was. Whose wish was this? Who put this there? Who put that there? And how do we unravel from it? It's important. It's really important. And then we have the Tower. This thing that was there, once it's unraveled, once it's undone, it's going to change everything. It's going to change many things. I'm going to get another card on this Tower. I'm going to do a new deck here. It's not that I don't do relationship readings. I get them. But I mean there's other readings that need to come through. So sometimes I'll label them relationships or love, but sometimes we need more than that, you know. I think that sometimes off and on relationships are just a distraction from what we should be doing. Detours. Because actually, Gemini, I think once more people awaken, more people grow spiritually, emotionally, and get stronger physically, that people will catch up to some of us, many of us, you know. But right now, many of them haven't caught up to our energy. So it's not, I mean, those opportunities may be fewer and far, you know, more in between, especially if you're at home and you have to have 6 feet from everybody. Okay, anyway. The Tower. What's a Tower? It's injustice. Unraveling ourselves from the injustice. Okay, what does that mean? Well, let's see. That's a Libra card also. Doesn't have to be Libra, but it is. It's a Libra. It's unfairness. It's imbalance. Okay. What's the injustice? It's the burden we've been carrying. The burden. 10 of Wands. The burden that needs to end. It needs to be delegated. It's not all our burden. Why are we carrying this? And who are we carrying this for? Is it for the family? Is it for a business, a company? Is it for the world? Whose burden are we carrying here? That's where the reflection, the solitude, all of that. Another card. Queen of Swords. This is the burden that has us angry, right? It's a burden that we've just had enough where we want to tell somebody off. Queen of Swords reversed. Any air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But Queen of Swords is me when I'm mad and I've had enough. Are we there yet? Have we had enough yet? The important thing here is not to engage, just to unravel and back away. We must not allow it to get us here because then we're back. Then we're back here. Not to lose. If we lose our cool, if we allow something to emotionally imbalance us, then we lower our energy. That's why, getting away from it, solitude where we can think about it, where we've been triggered, what we need to unravel. That's why that is so important. Not only important for Gemini, but it's important for everyone. Okay. All right, so we're going to do... I hope this is helping you, Gemini. It's helping me a lot, I'll tell you. Okay, so we're going to get a couple cards from our angels and ancestors. Keep getting this guy, Knight. Be brave and honest. Well, not everybody. A lot of people have gotten this card in the past 2 weeks. I'm going to move him, and if he comes through, then he does, right? Still there. Move him. Okay. Summer, bask in joy and light. So this card, we've been getting this a lot, quite a bit too. Summer is, okay, so we're in the deep freeze, right? We're detached, and it's talking about a better time. Wait for the snow to thaw, right? Wait for springtime. Well, this is saying summer. So summer, what does summer remind you of? It reminds you of the sunshine. It reminds you of when our gardens, the flowers bloom. Flowers also bloom in springtime, but there's all different. I think like vegetables and stuff grow in the fall. That's what it reminds me of. There's a bee right here. Busy, busy, busy bee. Busy bee. Busy with what you want. Busy with what you want to build. Busy with your dreams. Busy with new things. Busy bee is making honey, right? Well, it takes a lot of steps to make the honey. And this is also a card for me as a reader about being careful what you say, what you think, what you engage in, especially during this time. It's a big warning right here. This is a big warning, okay? The protection guardian is drop your shields. Drop that protective defensive shield. Yeah. So this card speaks of a time when we weren't protected, a time when we were hurt. So at that time we say, well, I'm never going to allow da-da-da-da-da-da. We saw somebody we know get hurt, like our parents. We saw something happen to them, and I'm never going to love anyone, or something like that, I'm not going to allow that. So those kind of statements, it's like a blanket statement for safety, And they kind of make us feel safe, but they also block out. They limit us. Let me put it that way. You lock the door and nothing gets through, good or bad. There's no negotiations because it's just locked, right? Okay, so the Protection Guardian talks about drop the shield, unlock that door, that you're protected, and know you're protected. You're not the same person. You're not... Protection is not only from the angels and ancestors and God's spirit, higher source. It's also experience, you see. Experience, knowledge. It's not just pure innocence and vulnerability, okay? And they want you to know that it's okay to go after your heart's desires. It's safe, okay? And this energy that telling you what to do. I don't know. It's just this thing about judgment. But it's not your judgment. It's trying to please other people. it's it maybe consider not trying to please everyone else but yourself. To truly go within and get to know yourself and what you really want. Okay? Seek a wise elder. Gemini, that is your higher self, actually. Your higher self. What you call God's spirit. Because you might be the wisest person you know. There might be other people. You always learn from other people. And I'm not trying to be all whatever, but when you really connect to yourself, you might find out that you have most knowledge and that people come to you for knowledge. People also come to you to control you, and that's always been an issue. And why is that? Why is that? That's something to think about while you're in this solitude, right? And that's one thing to consider unraveling ourselves from. Whose life is this? Yeah. Anyway, love you lots. It's a long reading. Take care. See you soon.